Their mission is to amplify the voices of Black authors. Here with more on how you can take part in next year's Black Ink Festival is Savannah Frierson, award-winning author and programming chair. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
You, madam, are an author, a fabulous author in your own right. So we are so happy that you're here to tell us more about the Black Ink Festival. Maybe you could share with our audience what the Black Ink Festival is all about.
So the Black Ink Book Festival was started back in 2016 with a combination of Charleston Friends of the Library, Charleston County Public Library, and community members such as Barbara Gathers. And they wanted to do a festival that celebrated and essentially amplified Black Low Country authors in particular, but Black authors in totality. And so for me, I've been a part of the festival in one way or the other since it started. So 2016, I was just an author, and then 2017, because I work with the College of Charleston Xavier Research Center for African American History and Culture, they wanted that they wanted our institution as part of Black Ink as well. And so I joined the committee, and now I'm the programming chair.
Now your genre is heavily embedded in romance.
Absolutely.
And what is it about romance novels, romantic stories that intrigues you?
I like romance because you will have a happily ever after at the end of your 2+ hours of reading.
I love
and
that.
Given the past few years, we can all have a guaranteed happily ever after, I would think.
Isn't that true?
But also just to show romance novels run the gamut of subgenres. We talk about family, especially found family. We talk about empowerment. We talk about finding a second chance, and I think it just hits on so many core identities and core feelings. And so we definitely wanted to amplify that, especially in the context of Black romance and Black women writers in particular this year.
How do you find that when you're speaking of African American diaspora as opposed to any other race, how that one genre is different?
I think it's different because for so often, especially in the greater context of society and especially in media, there's been a lot of focus on Black pain, Black strife, Black tragedy, but romance, that's not the focus. The focus is Black joy and Black love. Or at the very least, not to say that all Black authors write only Black characters, but for a lot of Black authors, they do put their stories in the societies and in the cultures and in the communities in which they were growing up. And so to me, it's important to show the full gamut, the full humanity of Black characters, and I think romance definitely helps do that regardless of race, but especially for Black characters.
Well, obviously it resonates with your audiences because last year it was all virtual thanks to COVID, but you had 300+ people tuning in to talk to and listen to the authors who are participating. And actually that's another thing that I wanted to make sure that people knew is that any authors who are watching this, they can still register.
You can register by
December 24th
to be a featured author.
To be a featured author.
If you missed the deadline, or if you're full up for featured authors, you can join for free as an attendee. You just won't get the featured author perks such as being part of our speed dating networking, or you won't be able to be promoted on Black Ink social networks.
Yes.
You blank on the name.
There's so many of them too,
But otherwise, having the festival be free for attendees is important because we do want to not only amplify Black voices, but provide access to them for not just readers, but for those who may not have ever read a book by any of these low country authors. And so this is a great way to introduce them to a broader audience.
Absolutely. And I want to make sure that we mentioned the keynote speaker, Beverly Jenkins.
Miss Beverly Jenkins is wonderful. She is well renowned, and we're just so thrilled to have her. I can't say enough, so I'm not going to say much.
Well, I will just mention this. She is the recipient of the 2017 Romance Writers of America Nora Roberts Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well earned.
And what's so interesting about her story is she was just kind of a hobbyist in terms of writing, and then was working for a pharmaceutical company.
A librarian.
Well, and someone said, you really should write and publish your work.
And we hope to be that for all the Black Ink authors who are going to be not just featured authors, but who are going to be attendees. We want to be the person that encourages you to just go ahead and write it.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and try to publish it. So, we're going to have wonderful panels such as about Black filmmaking or authors in filmmaking, how to get your work from page to film. For example, we're also going to have Monique Patterson, who is with Macmillan. She is a VP at Macmillan, and she will just give her insights on the publishing industry and, you know, how she's been an advocate not just for diverse voices but for romance as well. And I also want to say, just because we are highlighting romance, it doesn't mean you have to be a romance author to either attend, you know, register as a featured author or to attend.
Sci-fi,
kids,
children's,
inspirational history. We definitely welcome all of you guys.
Runs the gamut.
Exactly.
Runs the gamut. Well, fantastic. Again, this is happening January 13th through the 15th of next year, 2022, which we're just a couple of weeks away. It is also virtual, and for those authors, make sure you do sign up before December 24th to be that featured author. I want to thank you so much, Savannah, for joining us. It's been such a pleasure.
Yes.
And keep reading, everybody.
Absolutely.
We'll be back after this.